I just went undefeated at locals with yellow. Yellow. I honestly can't think of like a good pun or joke or anything like that for yellow, but I think the fact that I went undefeated with a yellow deck is a joke enough. Alright, let's get into the profile. Hey everyone, hope you guys are doing well. As we stated, won a locals with this bad boy, this yellow bad boy. I'm going to go ahead and post my rigorous testing of this deck. This test has been ongoing for like 2.5 weeks. I've played more. I've just put the first 20 matches on the screen. Not even covering today's games or a few other games before that. No, this is the first 20 matches. And as you can see, I had some difficulties in the beginning. Omnimon is a very scary deck. And when you're playing the worst color, you're going to take some losses. But then I fixed it. I fixed it. Yeah, it's good. And this is not a Slash Andromon Cantorismon deck. This is a budget yellow deck. With the exception of one card, which we'll talk about, that you can swap for whatever you want. Literally, you can build this deck for like 50 bucks. It's crazy. It's insane. Before getting into the profile, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Turn the notification bell on to smash potatoes so you see more Digimon videos pop up like this. Also, like last time, if we do get 4,000 views on this video, I will release a match of this yellow deck. This yellow deck is insane. Alright, so the first is our babies here. We're only playing the 4. We're playing 4 Puppetmon. It's because I want to go first, and I want to set up a yellow on it immediately, and then this lets me draw when I attack and I have 5 or more securities. So I just want to get that draw right away. We're only playing this baby, and honestly the game will be long over, I hope, before I get to the 5th baby. For our 3s, we are playing 4 Puppetmon to start. Puppetmon says if you have 4 or less cards in your hand when it attacks, draw a card. Drawing cards is really good. We play 4 of the Tinkermon, because there's a card called Petermon that brings this back for free. So, very good beater. Play 4 Tsukaimon, because it's a 2-cost level 3, which is really good. And we're also playing 4 of the same thing from the starter deck, Salamon. It's also a 2-cost level 3. Really, really good. Then we're playing 4 Leomon, just to have more level 3s in the deck. Then we're playing 2 Tapirmon, just to have more level 3s in the deck. The next card I'm going to show you, you can swap with 2 more of these. We're playing 2 of the Puppetmon, the one that if you play it, you heal if you have 1 security or less. I've done this twice in over 20 matches. It's highly unnecessary. You can just swap these with 2 of these and you'll be fine, honestly. There are 24 of them. Moving on to the 4s, we're playing 4 of that Petermon, the guy that brings back the Tinkermon when you play it. The fact that it does play it back from the hand or graveyard makes it super flexible. If it plays it back from the graveyard, it's like a free card. So that's really, really cool. And we're playing 4 of the yellow blocker. Standard, gotta play blockers. Especially in this deck, which we'll talk about a little bit later. That's it for the 4s. We play 4 level 5s. Only 4. Yep. 4 Andromon. If you have 3 or less security when you're digivolving, you heal a security. That's exactly what this card does. It's there because this is a good ability, and you'll also have a random, Petermon on the field sometimes that you just can't do anything with, so you can evolve it. And if you really need to heal 1 or leave this opponent with 1 memory or both, great card. But that's it for our 5s. We play 1 yellow level 6. We play Magnadramon. If you play it, and you have 3 or less, it heals 2 security, and when you attack, it plays a level 3 yellow rookie from your hand. We play 24 of the things, so this is basically always live. And our last yellow card is 1 TK, just because I don't want to see multiples of it. I only want to see it once, take what I want from the security, see what's there, and that's it. And the whole 3 memory thing is fine, whatever. So, that's only 38 yellow cards. It is more than 75%. Now, we play another color, obviously. We play purple. We play 3 more level 3s. We play 1 Devimon because it costs 2, and that comes up when it comes to like memory, shenanigans, and stuff. And we play 2 Tapirmon purple because if it dies, I draw a card. And you're just going to be blindly attacking security a lot of times, so dying, great. Now we talk about probably the best yellow card ever, honestly, right now, for Wizardmon. Yeah, I'm calling this a yellow card. If you have a yellow in play, you have Retaliate. Really freaking good. And it costs 4, which is really freaking good. Or you can evolve it on a purple that you have previously, whatever. And when it dies, you draw a card. This card is insane. This card is basically removal. And if you have a Wizardmon on the field, I have so many opponents that just... they're playing certain decks where they don't even want to try to attack. Because I have Wizardmon, they know I'll just fucking kill it. That's it. There you go. Best yellow card, right here. Yep. We do play one more level 4 though, just a random 5th blocker in the deck, just to have it. That's it. Now we talk about the card, the most expensive card in this deck, that you can replace to keep it under 50 bucks. Puppetmon. I didn't resolve this all day. I did not resolve it at locals once. Didn't happen. Never drew it. I think I drew it maybe once. Never need to play it. It's totally one more. It's completely unnecessary. I barely ever played it in my test games. You can honestly swap this with like 2 more any purple cards. Like fuck, friggin', you can play 2 more of this. You can play 2 more of that. Whatever. There you go. So it never really came up. It's cool if it, I guess it does come up, but no, don't need it. Our last purple card is Trump Sword. Because if you do have the one and it randomly activates in security, it's really funny. But I don't want to draw multiples. This deck is very aggressive, so there's only one. And one, you see it sometimes. It's good. Now, it's only 48 cards. We play 1 more color, technically, in this deck. We play 2 Puppetmon. I played this accidentally. So what ended up happening is on Facebook, I ended up being an idiot and saying, oh yeah, I play 4 Puppetmon, when I was really talking about Wizardmon, this thing. And then I realized I was being an idiot and wrong. And then I thought to myself, you know, Puppetmon can actually, you know, if I'm being out aggroed, I can just Puppetmon and then win next turn. And that's how I won the last game of our locals today, funny enough. I needed Puppetmon for the clutch, it stalled them out, and I won the following turn. Really freaking good. And it's happened more than once, obviously. This card just steals games by playing it. The gaining memory thing when attacking is kind of cool, but it never really comes up in this deck because you play this on a turn to stall them, and then you just kill them next turn with rookies. So now talk about some strategies, some combos, some things you might want to know when playing this deck. If you haven't really figured it out, this deck is very freaking aggressive. It's basically like Rookie Rush. There's like 27 rookies. I don't know how many rookies you have to play for it to be qualified as Rookie Rush, but there's 27 of them. And it's very aggressive. Well, that's a lot of glare. Very aggressive. It's just pumping out creatures, cheap creatures, and that's it. So there are things that are weird choices. You know, we're playing 5 blockers, right? We're playing 5 blockers because when I'm playing this deck, people will try to aggro me before I can aggro them to death. But then I'll drop a blocker or 2 on the field and they can't do that anymore. And then it forces them to backtrack and maybe play a blocker. And sometimes they do play blockers on me, and that's fine, and I'll just play a blocker right back. And then we're back to an even game state, and then I'll try to grind them out with freaking Wizardmon. This is honestly the best card in the deck. This is the best card in this deck. It is the best card. So many games I've won because I've gotten rid of problems like Omnimon or anything. Just kills things. Dead. So all you really need to know about this deck is you just play your rookies and you swing. If you fear Volcanic Dramon, which is actually a thing, Volcanic Dramon being this freaking thing, you know, the thing that destroys all the 4,000 or less. If you're playing against red, or you're playing against someone who you do find out text 1 or 2 of this or whatever, play, you know, safely. You don't have to invest your whole hand on the board. You know, you don't have to. You can invest a couple at a time, and then they're going to pay the 11 to get rid of those couple, and then you're just going to freaking go psha, like that. And then, you know, swim the field some more. Yeah, playing around Volcanic Dramon is very important. So that's what I recommend for that. Play very, very safe when you're playing against red, or anyone playing with this card. A couple other things that are kind of cool to know that you might want to consider when you're playing this deck. I was playing one of this at one point, actually up until locals, and I swapped it for something else. And, you know, one of this. Both were in the deck. When I was playing the Tamers, I had a rule: if I drew them in my hand, they sat in my hand. I didn't play a single one. Why? Because this is basically useless if it's in your hand. You have to basically waste a turn to just play it and get something from it, when I can spend the time investing pieces on my board to kill them. That's kind of why I'm only playing them, because they'll hopefully be in my security, and if they're not, I won't draw them. And if I draw them, I don't play them. Honestly, I'm never hurt if I don't resolve these, or if I do resolve them from the security, it's a bonus. But if I draw them, I never need to play them. So just a little piece on that I did use to play this card. It can add back, Wizardmon, which is why it's really freaking good. But I caught it eventually, and that's it. And one final piece, and this is revolving around your big three guys here, your Puppets and your Magnadramon. You only play these if you absolutely have to. Like, absolutely. The fact that these cost so much means that you're giving your opponent a very real chance to outpace you. But you know what I mean? You can't just play these cards for the sake of playing these cards. They have to be very timed, very calculated. You can't just drop them at the first line like you see an opportunity to. Save them for when it matters. Save this for when they're actually going to kill you, and save this for when you can actually afford to play it and get the security and get his effect when you're attacking. That's all I want to say about those. That's it for yellow. That's all I want to say about the deck. Honestly, I'm not even going to touch yellow again until set 1.5 comes out. I don't really see a point, and there's other decks I'd rather play besides yellow. I just played yellow basically because I was dared to, and I needed to have something of every color in the channel. Green is coming soon. I really like playing green, by the way. But yeah, get the yellow deck out of the way. It's done. Don't have to worry about it till February. Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. Take care. We'll see you next time.